Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Pinnacle 36 SSWS. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you do have a slide. You do have an awning on that slide and a big awning over here. So leave plenty of room for all of them to come in and out unimpeded. Over here on your off campsite, besides your slides, you have a slide-in slide on your bedroom, be plenty of room for them to come in and out. I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to plug in all the way back here on the rear, on your campsite, back corner, or driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your docking station is going to be up here toward the front of the unit in your first storage area. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. First thing we're going to do when unhooking our hitch, come up here to our auto leveling system. We're going to turn that on. We're going to go to the front. We're going to lift that up, get our vehicle up out of the way. Once our vehicle's unattached and out of the way, we're simply going to touch auto level. Auto level is going to run down all your auto leveling legs in the rear, as well as lift and adjust your landing legs until your whole unit is level and stable. Once it is, all these lights will light up and flash, and you know you're level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. Your power cord plugs in the very rear, 50 amp service back here. You can clamp this up here out of the way and pull the entire thing out. At the end of this service, you have a 50 to 30 amp and a 30 to 15 amp in case you need to plug all the way down to a 110. To retract that, use one hand running it back and forth, and the other hand simply using the retract here, and you'll run that back in. Got our unit all plugged up. Let's go ahead and hook up our water. Here's your docking station. All of your instructions are right here. So, we're arriving at a campsite. We're going to hook up to city water connection. City inlet to fixtures. White down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. We match this. Grab your water pressure regulator. Hook that up to right here where it says city water. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. So over here on your campsite, just to the right of your entry doorway, is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, make sure drain plug's back in. Get that back in there nice and tight. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside, open up your water taps, let all the air out of the lines. Once you get all the air out of the lines, alright, after you make sure that is plugged, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now you can go inside and deploy all your slides. We've got them open for convenience right now, but open up all your slides, because what I need you to do at this point is go inside and open up all your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through all your water taps. Shut them off. Then you can turn on that hot water heater from indoors. You'll know it's full by all of your water lines being full. So let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping, or boondocking as they like to call it. In that case, we're gonna start with power tank fill. White down, green to the left, red up, blue down. Fill it in the same spot. Treat your hot water heater the same way. Make sure it's plugged up. Now, when you're filling this tank, you're gonna go on the inside and check the levels of your tanks. Where you can see your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater light. That will tell you when this is full. Once it's full, remove that hose. Then we're gonna switch from power tank fill to dry camping. Just put our green up, our blue to the left. We match here, down here. Now when we want to utilize that water, we'll turn on the water pump. Don't turn on the water pump. When you're hooked up to city water, that's already pressurized. So we'll turn on the water pump out here or indoors whenever we want to use that potable water. Alright, we're all set up for water and power. Got the unit all opened up, we're ready to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Continuing here in the docking station, the equalizing system is all up here. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. There's the light for your water pump. Cable and satellite there. Your connections as well as sanitizing. You'll do that by just sucking soapy water up into your tanks. Of course, bypassing the water heater here as well. Same way you do with winterizing. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and flushing our black tanks. Black and gray handles right there. And a convenient latch to run our water hoses down through. This is winterized, so this is your water filter. Water filter and changer and hose are all right there. There's your spray port hose for this hot and cold shower. And a docking light. Your big pass-through storage inside here. Turn on another light. You got another 110. You've also got this big water tank that will go up to your island on the inside of the unit, and that'll feed you fresh water completely out of this if you don't trust the water at some of the campsites to drink. Your inverter, your propane tanks with a regulator pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Over here is your battery disconnect. It'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. It'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Coming down the back of the unit, that is a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. If you're running your furnace, steer clear, it does get hot, and make sure nothing's ever blocking it. So extra storage there. Here's where we'll dump our tanks. Access to the back of your fridge. A vent for your microwave. Low point drain for your fresh water. Be easier access when our slide's closed. Again, our power. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, a few times a year, and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a Furrion backup camera. A device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Add another device to this piece here and it gives you a backup camera for the unit. Coming down our campsite here. Spare tire manual crank. These are accessible with the slide closed, but it is right there. And there's the crank handle for that. Got an outdoor TV. Turn that on for you. While I am, you also have awning on this side and over here with our outdoor LED lighting. Show you TV working. And I will put your remote indoors. You just have to run a local channel scan on that. Coming down the side of the unit, you got your outdoor speakers. That blue spray port hose that can hook up in the docking station can also hook up on this side of the unit if you want to rinse things off over here. Again, your hot water heater. And low point drain that's accessible from the back behind this access panel. Also in this side, the hand crank for your spare tire. You're prepped for a TV out here. You can plug in the cable in 110, set a TV up here. Another 110 here. Your vacuum system. Simply hook your hose up here, turn that on. There's your water hose. Your spare propane on the excess side. Hydraulic system for your leveling system. Batteries, check them every now and then. Make sure your posts haven't wiggled loose going down the road over time. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. As we come in, turn to our immediate right, go to our second cabinet down, and we've got our control panels. Real quickly, this is just where it's wired for solar, pre-wired, so keep that template on there. And over here, we've got your fan. And then we'll have our max air vent fan. Just hit on, and that will open and turn on. Shut that off here. Now our control panel. Touch the outside. We can do our heat. All right, let's go to home. We can do all of our HVAC, our lighting, our motors, our tanks, our energy, all from the home panel. Or we can go down through them individually to here to the left. I'll start here on the left. Go straight to seeing where you can turn on your water pump. Here you can turn on your water heater. Or if hooked to electric, your water heater if hooked to gas, make sure you choose the correct one. And down here is where you can see your tanks filled. Here's a freshwater one that you can watch to see when your freshwater tank is full. Next down, in your motor section, you have an auto leveling system. You have your slides, your awnings. Just scroll down through here. We've already got our slides open. Let's talk about your awning real quick. Open this up. So these awnings won't stop where they're supposed to. So when you run this out, you're only going to want to run it out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar. As I said, they will continue to run themselves out and run themselves up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Before I run that one all the way, the rest of the way in, let's run your other awning out. Show you how that one working. You have the extra awning out on your slide, so even though you have a slide on your campsite, you don't lose camping space by having an extra awning. Alright, finish running that awning back in. And again, we'll go through the slides when we do the slide closing the unit up. Next will be our temperature. Let's turn the air on. Well, first turn it on over here. Turn the air on, 65 compared to the 66 if it's in here. Shut the air, oops. Shut the air off. Shuts off rather quickly. Change your air to heat. You hear that kick on. And then when you shut the heat off, it shuts off rather quickly as well. So also your lighting, scroll down through this, you can turn on and off all of your lighting from here. See, it get darker in here all of a sudden. And they're all dimmable. So let's go to our living room and show you that. They're all dimmable simply by sliding your finger. Down here just shows your tire pressure system, different readings for throughout the unit, and down here what kind of power you're on. Down here, lighting. 1 is interior, 2 and 3 are exterior, 2 is exterior, 3 will actually shut everything off. Another spot you can turn on your water pump. Now coming over to these arrows, let's turn this on and we'll start at the off position. Next one is pair. You can pair your phone to the BM Pro, which I highly recommend. Really cool system. You can set outside, turn on your porch lights when it's getting late, bring in and out your awning from outside, your slides, you can watch them by doing them from outside as well. So pair your device. Next one is awning 1, awning 2, slides 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can just extend or retract over here. Big closet. That's the storage. Down here is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 25s and 15s in there. I'd recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. You see quite a few of these throughout the unit. They are a temperature reader. They help the unit work better with the thermostat. There is our inverter. Your residential fridge. Controls for locking them doors if you need to. Snap them down for travel. Separate manual completely on that as well. You do have a self-explanatory microwave that has a light and a high and low exhaust. Cooktop, turn that to light, hit your spark, and when your gas is on, that will light up. Down here you got a panel light. Same thing on the oven. Light it from here. No need for a pilot light anymore. And over here is your oven light. Real quickly, underneath here is going to be access to the water pump. There it is. So here's where you turn on the freshwater drinking station. That's the bottled water that I showed you down inside the storage up front. That'll turn that on so that you can drink that water from right here. Coming into your living room, I got a drawer full of remotes here somewhere. Oh, I left it out. So I'm going to bring your TV up. Storage in the wall here. Right behind the fireplace. Here's your remote for that. Crank that up. Remote for that as well as your sound system and fireplace are there. Underneath that is a bunch of your paperwork. There's your TV working. Again, run your local channel scan. Move it away. Come down here to our fireplace. Oh, our sound system first. Crank that up. So we've got AM, FM, USB, 2 auxiliaries, an optical, HDMI, ARC, and Bluetooth that you can all hook up to the sound system. 3 zones, indoors, up front, or outdoors, or all 3. Nice sound system. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can make it brighter or dimmer, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. Crank the heat up on this in the morning or evening when it's chilly. Instead of using your gas up, use the electric heater on this, and it'll get it toasty. I feel it on my hand already. It'll get it toasty in here in no time and save you gas. You have some storage on the side here, and I'll show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Simply stand in the middle, remove your Velcro cushions, stand in the middle, gives you good leverage. Get it up, lift your legs out, pull the whole thing towards you, lay the back down. Just that quickly, you've got a bed. Reverse the process. Make sure you put the back up first. Very important. You can really damage the whole sofa if you lift the front up first. It won't go very far and it will damage it. And just that quickly, we are back to the sofa. Emergency exit window there. Lighting here. Lighting. You sit here in the chair and control that. You do have power recliner. Lighting. Accent underneath. Close it. Heat massage and USB port on both of those. Couple of chairs, should have a couple matching ones underneath your bed upstairs that are folding. Make sure you snap those down for travel. Also in your island, you've got a pop-up USB power port, we call it. And heading up 4 or so, here's your vacuum system. So you can lift up on that, you can vacuum down into there. Coming into our bathroom. Turn our lighting on here. You have a hand crank open power exhaust here. 110s with GFCI reset. Some plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on your plumbing underneath these. They're mostly PEX nowadays. Your shower door. You want to make sure that this is snapped into the open position like that. You don't want that to travel. Snap that like so it's going to hold it for traveling. You also have this wooden block here that fits on the end of your dinette. Let me show you that real quick. Come down to the end of your island here and pull this out, and that wood block will fit right on there. Chopping block. Also up in your bedroom. If you're in here at night and want to shut off all your interior and exterior lights, you can do that from your bed. Emergency exit window. And your last TV. TV here and another fireplace. Works the same as the one up front. Use it for heat. There's your last TV working. We will store this remote up front with the other ones. If you decide to put a washer dryer in here, you can only run the dryer or the fireplace at one time. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. So I like to start by also telling you this bedroom door has this release down here. It's going to push this button in. The only way this slide will come in is if this bedroom door is snapped into the open position. It's the only way that's going to come in. Just shut off my bedroom ceiling lights. Shut off my reading lights. I'll still have in here accent lights. Now my bedroom's dark. My door is open. Continue going down. Make sure my door on my shower is snapped open. My vent is closed. Continuing down to come up here and hit number 1 and shut off all my interior lights except for my accent lights. Then I can walk through the unit and shut them all off. So that when I'm back to my control panel, I can touch number 1 and turn on and off my controls from here. So we will run the slides in from 2 different spots. We'll start up on this control panel. Slide number 1, retract, and again, that is going to be the slide within slide bedroom. Make sure you went up into your bedroom, and close all doors and drawers. Make sure nothing's in the way to impede your slides from coming in. Number 1 is in. Here's number 2. Again, with that door not being where it should be, that slide will not even work. So if it seems like it's not working, go and make sure that door is all the way opened up. Scrolling down, we will do number 3 and 4 from down here. So let's go to our slides. Slide number 3, retract, and bring our kitchen slide in. Make sure we put our bedroom down. Make sure we put our TV down. All doors and drawers up here are closed. Okay to hear that noise, folks. That's just the slide mechanism saying I'm all the way in. You don't need to bring me in any further. And lastly, retract slide number 4. And once that last one's in, I'm going to run your awnings the rest of the way in. Go back to awning number 1. Retract that the rest of the way real quick. Make sure awning number 2 is all the way in, and it is. Hit number 1. That's going to shut off all our interior lights. Look outside and see that we need to hit number 2 as well. Now all the exteriors are shut off. Exit the unit. Biggest thing to remember on these steps, folks, is to have this exterior door all the way open. Otherwise this could catch on it when they come up. Lift your stairs up, set them inside. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to check the levels of your tanks from the inside while we're dumping, make sure you lock and deadbolt this exterior door and lift and turn your handle. Alright, at this point, if we are boondocking, we're going to go to the other side over there. Pull this gray, or this white handle right here. That's going to get rid of all of our freshwater tank. If we are at a campsite, we're going to unhook our cable, our water, and our power, and head on up to the dump station. Before hooking up, we're going to come back to our power here, turn that on, and we're going to hit retract all. That's going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, and then put our landing legs right where they were when we hit auto level. Hook up and head on up to the dump station and park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of the tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, come up here, and pull that black holding tank water. Once that's done, sounds like it's done. If you want to check inside to see if it is empty, make sure it is. When it is, leave that black handle open, grab your hose, dump station, hook it up to this tank flush, turn it on for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When it's done, remove that hose, make sure all that washout has drained, then close your black and pull your first gray. Repeat the process, make sure it's empty. When it is, close it, come to our last gray. Then will be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. While those grays are draining, we can go ahead and get underneath here, dump that low point drain right there, go to our front storage on the other side which says low point drain, get up underneath there in that panel there and open that one up. While those are draining, finish with your last gray, close that one up, take your sewage hose and store it in a nice convenient sanitary place. And the last step we're going to do is come over to our hot water heater, and if we're done for the season, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump some hot water out of there, so be careful. When that's done, close that, otherwise your door won't close, and then you can pull your drain plug. Make sure you close up your hot water heater good, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Pinnacle for many years to come. Happy camping.